Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sky.Onjahnae. If you are new here, I make faith, femininity, and self-development videos. If that's something you're interested in, then stick around, homegirl. So when it comes to communication, there's a very clear difference between a regular person who communicates versus a feminine woman. When a feminine woman communicates, she does it in a way that you don't feel offended. She knows how to say things to get what she wants, and she does it without telling you, in a sense. So when it comes to communicating as a feminine woman, one thing that you can do, especially if you're in a conflict, is to, talk slower and to make your voice a little softer. Now, I'm not saying talk like a baby like this. No, I'm saying make your voice softer. And when you speak slower, that gives you a chance to really enunciate your words. There's no room for confusion because people will be able to hear you clearly. Another thing, you want to make sure you're looking people in their eyes, okay? When it comes to communicating in general, you should look people in their eyes, but a lot of people have a hard time doing that. So if you're doing it, it sets you apart. It shows that you're confident in what you're saying and that you respect that person. Also, you shouldn't be cursing, okay? I've said this time and time again that feminine women and Christians in general should not be cursing. It just comes off more aggressive and it's unnecessary. You can speak without having to put cuss words in it because that'll just, especially in a conflict, that'll just escalate things more. It also goes with getting loud. You just shouldn't be yelling. Your tone shouldn't be higher than the person. You all should stay at the same tone. And again, it's aggressive if you're yelling at someone. And if you've been here long enough, you should already know that I'm going to say smile. You should smile when you talk to people. It's inviting. It makes you look more warm. It makes people more comfortable. So especially if you're asking for someone for something or in a conflict, or if you're just having a regular conversation, it shows that you're warm. It shows that there's no animosity. It shows that, like I said, you are confident. Also, have some excitement in your voice, especially if you're on the phone with one of your girlfriends and she's telling you how her day was, she's telling you about an accomplishment. Have some excitement. Don't be all monotone and talking like this. That's why smiling is so important, because people can tell when you're smiling over the phone or when you're having a conversation because there's an inflection in your voice. So make sure that when you're talking to someone, you are engaged, okay? Feminine women, we have a way of talking where it makes the other person feels like they're the only person in the world. It makes them feel encouraged. So make sure you have some excitement in your voice. Also, if someone is coming to you with a problem they're having, or they're sad or something's going on, don't be sad with them. You need to speak life into them. You also want to be lighthearted when you speak, make some jokes, be silly. You shouldn't be uptight all the time. Like, you can have conversation with strangers in the store. You can just, like I said, spark a joke. You can just say hi. You can smile at someone. You can, give someone a compliment. One thing that I love to do is, if I'm out in public, I'm going to give somebody a compliment. It just is what it is, because like I said, as feminine women, we are to make people feel good. Like, we make people feel their best. And we just have this light about us. So yeah, giving people compliments is very different, because we're living in a world where people just I don't know, people are just so mean. So be the difference. Be someone else. Be set apart. So let's get into some examples, because I feel like I just threw a bunch of things at you and you're probably like, well, girl, how do I apply these things? I got you. So when it comes to being lighthearted, sparking a joke, now, these are not things I'm saying that you absolutely have to say. Like I said, these are examples, but they can be applied to anything, any situation. So let's say you're in a grocery store, right? And we all know eggs are so expensive right now. If you and someone else are looking at eggs, you could just laugh and say something like, oh, the way these eggs prices are looking, I might as well start laying them myself. That will cause someone to either laugh, or it could spark a conversation because they can relate to that. Eggs are very expensive, and obviously you can't lay eggs yourself, like actually lay an egg. I mean, if you get a chicken coop or whatever. But no, they'll know what you mean. They're going to agree because eggs are expensive. It could be applied to anything, okay? So that's just one example. Now, let's say you're in a conflict. This is what I like to call sandwiching. So, like I said, you start with the negative, you start with the positive, you put the negative in the middle, and then you end with something positive. So, let's say you're in a situation with you and a friend, and they did something you didn't like, or they said something you didn't like. The difference between a regular person communicating and a feminine person communicating would be this. So, a regular person would be like, I don't like when you did this, it hurt me, and we don't need to, I don't want to do that anymore, and I need you to stop doing that, or whatever it is. A feminine woman will do sandwiching, so they can come to their friend like, hey, I really love you and I value our friendship. When you did some XYZ, it made me feel like this. So moving forward, I would like if we would, work better on our communication, because like I said, I really value our friendship and I just want to continue to grow in this relationship. That is completely different than what the other thing I say. It's what I said at first was more aggressive. It's more like straight to the point, which you can do that, get straight to the point by all means, but be prepared for how someone is going to respond. If you say it the feminine way, to them it's like, okay, well, hold on, maybe you're right. This person is actually coming to me with a true concern and she wants to work it out. Yes, the conversation will go better. The issue will get resolved and you all can move forward. Now, this one is when you are communicating with a man, okay? So it's if you're, it doesn't necessarily have to be a man, but I'm just using a man as an example. So say it's your boyfriend, your husband, the guy you're talking to, whatever. And there's this restaurant you've been wanting to try, this new restaurant you just heard about. Instead of saying, oh, I saw this new restaurant, I want you to take me there. That's pretty straightforward, yes, but that's you telling them. If you know anything about men do not like being told what to do. Okay? So what you can do in a feminine way is to, say it and telling them without actually telling them or asking them really. So one thing you can do is, hey babe, smile. Remember to smile, eye contact. You can be, hey babe, I really saw this nice restaurant. It looks really cute. I heard the drinks are really nice. And I have this new dress that I've been dying to wear. Wouldn't it be cute if we went? That way, one, you've already put it in his mind that this is somewhere you want to go. Two, you appeal to him saying, they have nice drinks, it's a nice restaurant, and you just let him know that you're gonna look good, okay? So now he's gonna want to see that. And three, it's going to be his idea, because you didn't say, oh, I want you to take me there. You just hinted like, wouldn't that be nice? Another example, which this is like a little story time, me and my boyfriend. So when we, have like go out for our anniversary or special occasion, we stay at a hotel. He used to like decorate the room and make it all nice and pretty and romantic. You know how you see on social media. He used to do that for me all the time. But we haven't, done things like that because we're trying to do stuff. So we have to save money, okay? So one day I just looked at him. I put my hand on his lap because feminine touch is so powerful. And I can do a whole separate video on that, the difference it makes when you actually touch someone. But I put my hand on his leg and I smiled at him. And I was like, babe, he goes, yeah. I was like, remember how you used to decorate the room for me and it would just be so romantic? He was like, yeah. And I was just like, I really miss that. I love when you used to do that. It made me so happy. It made me feel special. And he was like, oh, okay. And like 2 days later, we were talking about edible arrangements and how expensive they are. And he was like, we should do our own. Like, we should set something up, get the fruit, get the chocolate, and do our own at-home edible arrangements. And that just made me so happy because I'm a very simple girl. I don't need all the glitz and glam. Now, you can take me to fine dining, absolutely. But I like more of the effort. So by me saying that to him 2 days prior, it just sparked in his mind like, oh, this is something she would like. This is something sweet. That's me putting effort into it. I didn't have to ask him. I just said, this is something I miss you doing. And you reminded him of the things he used to do. And that made him come up with that idea. So again, it's about how you say things. You don't have to necessarily ask everybody everything. You can just put it in their ear. Like one thing, my best friend, she knows I love everything pink, okay? And I didn't outright ask her for these sunglasses, but she got me the pink Lorbe sunglasses from Dear was, I think it was her Valentine's line. But I was just like, you know, I just really love these pink glasses. That wasn't me asking for her, but I also knew that I wasn't going to buy them for myself, and I needed somebody to buy them because I'm not the glasses person, but I really love these glasses. And I put it on my story as a joke, like, my birthday is coming up, and she bought the glasses for me. I didn't ask her for them. I just hinted that I really like these glasses. These are my favorite glasses. And she bought them. So thank you, Lexi. But you also have to have confidence when you're saying things too. You cannot just be so timid, because that's not going to get you anywhere. People are going to know, especially in a conflict, people are going to know that you're not as confident in what you're saying, and they might try to take advantage of that. They might try to, you know, gaslight you in some way. So you need to be confident in what you're saying. If you're asking for something, you need to be confident. If you're just talking to someone randomly in the store, be confident. That way people will keep talking to you. People want to talk to you, and you'll be different, okay? You will be set apart. And if confidence is something that you need to work on, I highly suggest you watching this video right here. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you all so much. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.